So this tutorial will cover installing Python and the needed other programs in order to do scientific computing. We're going to start by downloading Python, which is a programming language that's very versatile. I prefer to use what's called the enthought edition, which packages the language Python along with many other utilities. So I do a Google search for enthought and Python. I can never remember the actual URL for it, so we go to the enthought Python distribution, and we're going to do the academic version. So what we do is, so this is the website. I go over to purchase and download here, and choose academic. And then when for the academic license, you need to put in your email address. So let's say I put in my email address, and it will send me a link to the downloads page. I go to that link, so I go to my email and I check that link and it sends me here, and these are all the different installation options, and there's one for Windows. This is for the 64-bit Windows. I'm going to choose just the regular EPD enthought Python distribution installation. Notice it's about 300 meg, so it's a pretty big download. So I click on that, save the file, and let it do its thing. So after the download, I can double click the installer, run it. There might be some questions about whether I want to install for all users, whether I want to do which version I have. I accept the terms. This is the academic version. Just do next. Pretty much don't change anything, and I don't tend to like quick launch bar things, so I'll just unclick that. But I like the shortcut because on the desktop, and we can deal with those later. So I'll finish this and let it do its thing. This will take a few minutes. Once the install is done, there'll be a few more icons on your desktop, one called MayaVI, one called PyLab. Now we can get rid of the MayaVI one. We won't be using it at all, and delete that shortcut. And now we want to set up our Python environment. So essentially, whenever you start a new project or want to start a new program, this is what you want to do. You want to go and say make a folder somewhere. It doesn't matter where it is. But put it somewhere, useful. And so, my Python work folder, or I'll just call it my Python work. All right, and I'm going to copy this shortcut, and I'm going to put it here. Paste. And I'm going to do it twice. In fact, will it let me do it twice? And well, yes, we'll copy and keep both files. So I have two duplicates of the exact same shortcut. One of them is PyLab, and the other one I'm going to end up renaming something. But I'm going to go to Properties. All right, and so I right-click, go to Properties, and under this target, I notice there's this little dash PyLab at the very end. This is two minus signs and a PyLab. I'm going to just delete that, just that last little bit, and then then hit OK, and then I'm going to rename this, and I'm just going to simply call this Python. Okay, so what PyLab is Python with some extra libraries for doing scientific plotting and other things like that, and it can be very useful. What I'm just calling Python is essentially, I wonder whether there's a properties for the description. Yeah, look at that. This is I'll call it a normal Python shell. And do that. Okay. So what Python is just the language itself. And if I double click on it, you'll get a nice black window, and you'll get a window like this. Okay. And to check to make sure that things are working, I just type pwd for print working directory, and then it gives you the actual folder that it's in. This will be important because you're going to be putting Python files in this work folder, and Python needs to be able to see them. And so this just checks to do that. So pretty much that is the installation of Python. There's still some there's one other step. You need to make sure to have a text editor. That'll be covered in another video. And then after you have your text editor and you have Python set up, then you can write your first programs.